Welcome to the AB Suite 8.0 new features. My name is Suresh Anandan. I'm going to do a brief presentation and demonstration of Secure Rattle feature in AB Suite Windows Runtime. Before we talk about Secure Rattle, first let's get a basic understanding of TLS. The expansion of TLS is Transport Layer Security. TLS is a widely adopted security protocol designed to facilitate privacy and data security for communication over the internet. It is evolved from the previous encryption protocol called SSL. TLS is more efficient, powerful, and secure than SSL since it has a stronger authentication, key generation, and other encryption algorithm. Till now, different versions of SSL and TLS released in different years. However, currently Windows support only TLS 1.2 and 1.3. They do not support other protocols due to some security reasons. Tls handshake takes place whenever client initiate a connection to the server over the network. First, we will talk about TLS 1.2. A client sends the client's hello message with supported TLS versions, list of supported cipher suite, and supported signature algorithm. The server responds with server hello message along with the server certificate, common cipher suite, and common signature algorithm. Then the client responds with client key exchange message with generated encrypted session key. Server will decrypt the session key using its private key and create a master key and share it to the client. Finally, this key is used for further communication between the client and server. Similar to TLS 1.2 handshake, TLS 1.3 handshake commences with client hello message with supported protocols, list of supported cipher suite and algorithms. Server validate the client request. Then server send the hello message with server certificate, server's key share as well as the server's finish message. Now the client check the server certificate, generate the key as it has the key share of the server and send the client finish message. From here on, the encryption of the data begins. In this way, the TLS 1.3 handshake saves the entire round trip of hundreds of milliseconds. This is a major improvement over the TLS 1.2 handshake. Now we have a basic understanding of TLS. We will see what are the initial configuration setup required to use Secure Rattle in AB Suite Windows. First, get a valid server certificate from Certificate Authority. Please ensure that the server certificate subject name is not empty while requesting the certificate. After we get the server certificate from CA, install the server certificate under personal folder of local machine certificate store. Install CA certificate and chain of certificate under trusted root certificate authorities of local machine certificate store. After installing the certificate on the runtime server, open admin tool and select a valid certificate for default secure rattle. As of now, Windows 10 and Windows Server 2019 enable TLS 1.3 as an experimental version. However, TLS 1.3 is not enabled on this operating system by default. If we need to use TLS 1.3 in AB Suite, then we need to enable TLS 1.3 via registry key on this operating system. Please refer the product documentation for more information. As we all know, the client interact with the Windows Runtime Server via Rattle TCP/IP protocol and exchange the messages. Till now, this communication is not secure over the network. We are introducing AB Suite Secure Rattle to keep the connection secure and safe between the client and server. Secure Rattle is a default protocol used by Rattle socket in AB Suite 8.0. AB Suite Secure Rattle support TLS 1.2 to encrypt and decrypt the messages between the client and server. TLS 1.3 is an experimental version and not recommended to use on the production server. AB Suite uses Microsoft S-Channel SSP to integrate the TLS with AB Suite Runtime. Secure Rattle is implemented and available for Windows Runtime and Debugger. Admin Tool UI interface is similar to the previous releases. While creating a new Rattle socket, user will get an option to choose the secure connection or not. Also, user will get an option to choose TLS 1.2 or 1.3. Please remember that TLS 1.3 is an experimental version and it's not recommended for to use in a production environment. In this screen, you will notice that Rattle socket 8.0.1 is an unsecure connection since none of the TLS option is selected. Also, users will be able to convert from secure Rattle to unsecure Rattle and vice versa. We will cover this topic in detail in the demo part. The command line interfaces that allow batchable and programmatical access to runtime administration operation. Runtime API interfaces that exposes several methods to achieve this. We have many executable to customize the user application via command line. Configure adapter.exe is a command line utility which allow the user to configure the runtime protocol adapter that can be used to connect external client to AB Suite application. Using /an option, user can view or edit or customize their TLS and non-TLS Rattle services. /an is a short name of adapter name. /cert option is used to customize the Rattle TLS certificate if required. Using /tls option, user can change their existing secure connection Rattle services if required. User can use either TLS 1.2 or TLS 1.3 or both. Also, this option helps the user to convert the existing Rattle TLS into non-TLS and vice versa. In this demonstration, we will see how to use Rattle TLS and non-TLS in AB Suite 8.0 Windows Runtime. AB Suite 8.0 Windows Runtime install only secure Rattle TLS by default. However, user can go and modify later if required. Let's see how the secure Rattle TLS is installed in Windows Runtime. Open the services window. Rattle service is installed as a secure Rattle TLS. AB Suite 8.0 Rattle TCP/IP TLS gateway. Let's look at this service information in admin tool. Open admin tool, select the node, right click all task, configure adapter. It opens up the configure adapter dialog. This is a old dialog, but we have added few more fields to support TLS and non-TLS. The left side you can see the Rattle service name is Rattle socket 8.0 and the port number is 2909. This is a default port number in AB Suite 8.0. Along with this, you see a two checkbox called TLS 1.2 and 1.3. If any one of the checkbox or both of them is selected, then it will be a secure TLS Rattle. If none of this checkbox is selected, then it will be a non-TLS Rattle connection. If TLS 1.2 or 1.3 is selected, user has to select a valid certificate from the drop-down list. Admin tool load all the valid certificate from the system and display it here. User can choose any one of the certificate. Currently, AB Suite 8.0 Windows Runtime is qualified with TLS 1.2. However, TLS 1.3 is released as an experimental version. If user select TLS 1.3 option, you will get a dialog saying TLS 1.3 is an experimental version and not recommended to use in the productions environment. Click OK. Also, you will notice a message on the bottom of the dialog if you select TLS 1.3. I'll unselect TLS 1.3. Click OK. Let's see how to add a new Rattle service. Select the node, right click, all task, configure adapter. In the configure adapter dialog under Rattle over TCP/IP, click add button. This is a new dialog added in AB Suite 8.0. Now let's try to create a new secure Rattle TLS service. I'll select TLS 1.2.
and I'll use the certificate from my machine. I need to enter the app user credentials. I enter the app user password. Click OK. A new service is created. The service name is Rattle Socket 8.0-1 and the port number is 2910. The port number keep increasing for each Rattle services. If user want to change the port number, they can change it here. Click OK. Open the services window. Fresh. The new secure Rattle TLS service is created. Next, we will see how to add a non-TLS Rattle service. Open admin tool, select the node, right click, alt task, configure adapter, click add. This time I want to create a non-TLS Rattle connection. Make sure TLS 1.2 and 1.3 both is not selected. As soon as you unselect TLS 1.2 and 1.3, the certificate field will be grayed out. Also, you will see a message saying this will create a non-TLS Rattle socket. Enter the app user password and click OK. The new service Rattle Socket 8.0-2 is created and the port number is 2911. You will see both TLS 1.2 and 1.3 is deselected. It means this service is a non-TLS Rattle service. Click OK. Let's go back to the Windows services, refresh. A new non-TLS Rattle service is created, AB Suite 8.0 Rattle TCP IP gateway. Now let's see how to convert secure TLS connection to non-TLS and vice versa. Open the configure adapter dialog. In my example, Rattle Socket 8.0-1 is a TLS connection. If I want to convert to non-TLS Rattle, unselect TLS 1.2 option. Make sure TLS 1.2 and 1.3 is not selected. Click apply. A new confirmation dialogs will pop up asking, do you want to switch the Rattle Socket 8.0-1 from TLS to non-TLS? This operation will close the existing connection and restart the service. Click yes. This activity will take few seconds to convert from TLS to non-TLS. Click OK. Now let's look at how the service displayed in the Windows services. Open Windows services. Previously it was a secure Rattle connection. Refresh. Now this service is converted as a non-TLS service. Now let's see how to convert the non-TLS service into TLS Rattle service. Localhost alt task configure adapter. In my example, Rattle Socket 8.0-2 is a non-TLS Rattle service. I want to convert it to TLS service. So select Rattle TLS 1.2 and select the valid certificate. Click OK. Click yes on the confirmation dialog. Switching from non-TLS to TLS in progress. This conversion from non-TLS to TLS will take few seconds. Click OK. Till now, we have seen how to convert Rattle services in admin tool. Now let's see how we can convert the Rattle services using command line. Open command prompt, navigate to bin64 location of product installation directory, configure adapter.exe, help you to add a new adapter or modify the existing adapters. In this example, I want to convert Rattle Socket 8.0-2 from TLS to non-TLS. Go to command prompt, type configure adapter.exe /TCP/IP. We need to specify adapter name. In my case, the service name Rattle Socket 8.0-2 is the adapter name. We want to convert this service from TLS to non-TLS. TLS off. Enter. It says switching from TLS to non-TLS in progress. Successfully updated the configuration. TLS service converted to non-TLS successfully. Let's go back to the admin tool and verify. Now, Rattle Socket 8.0-2 is a non-TLS service. Click OK. Now we know Rattle Socket 8.0-2 is a non-TLS service. Let's try to convert to TLS service. Use the same one. This time we want to enable TLS. Specify TLS 1.2. Specify the certificate name /cert. Press enter. Switching from non-TLS to TLS in progress. Successfully updated the configuration. Service changed from non-TLS to TLS. Let's go back to admin tool and verify. On all task, configure adapter. Rattle Socket 8.0-2 is a TLS service. Now Rattle socket 8.0-2 is a Rattle TLS service. Now let's see how to access the Rattle TLS and Rattle non-TLS with sample application. I have already deployed the sample application on this server. Let's see how to access this sample application using TLS and non-TLS. To access the sample application, I created a view. Let's look at the view. This is my view to access the deployed sample application. In this dialog, you will see two fields, Rattle TLS over TCP IP, Rattle over TCP. If we select the first checkbox, it means any connection to the sample application will be a secure Rattle TLS connection. If you select the second checkbox, any connection to the sample application is a non-TLS connection. If you select both, the application can accept both TLS and non-TLS connections. I have selected both. Click OK. Now let's look at the configure adapter. Rattle socket 8.0 is a secure Rattle TLS connection. It is running on 2909 port. My second service, Rattle socket 8.0-1, is a Rattle non-TLS service, is running on 2910. Now I'm going to access the sample deployed application from Java client. Let's look at the Java client configuration. I have two configuration called AB sample underscore TLS, AB sample. The first connection connecting to the Rattle TLS. The second configuration connect to the non-TLS. Let's open the presentation client. First, I will try to connect to Rattle TLS connection. Select AB sample underscore TLS. Connect. Now I am able to connect the sample application using Rattle TLS. I will close this and show you how to access using non-TLS. Close session. File open. Select AB sample. It connect to non-TLS connection. Now my client has connected to the sample application using non-TLS.
Thank you for watching till the end and listening.